We head now south of Minneapolis in St. Paul to Dakota County. In the suburbs of Apple Valley, Burnsville, Eagan, Farmington, Lakeville, and Rosemont, one nonprofit is pairing individuals and couples and even families with mentors.
Here's the deal. Nearly 36 kids are currently looking to be paired with a mentor just in those communities. And here with more about Kids in Kinship, we welcome the Executive Director, Alicia Crudup, along with mentor Michelle Pryor. Ladies, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Alicia, will you start with sort of the importance of mentoring with organizations like yours? It really can make a difference in a child's life.
Absolutely. Mentoring makes a difference in all of our lives. It makes us all better citizens and better adults. And when we think about the impact of mentors in our own personal life, 100% of us go on to be leaders as a result of that. And those numbers are just staggering and overwhelming. And so when you think about young people, when they're paired with a mentor, starting at age 5, 75% of those young people go on to never skip a day of school.
Wow.
That's a big statistic, especially coming off of something like COVID for all of us.
Tell us about the mentees. I mean, you mentioned 5 years old, and that number kind of stood out to me. That's a very young child to be mentored, but you guys serve kids from 5 up till
16.
16.
We'll take you starting at kindergarten, get you all the way through to about your sophomore or junior year, depending on where you fall in the birthday category.
Yeah.
But we start there because the development of our children starts so young. And it really, at 5, what you're learning is what it's like to be a good friend. And you have this adult who seems like a giant to you, with all of this lived experience that can take you to do these other cool things that maybe your family doesn't have the resources and or time for sometimes. And sometimes you just need someone outside of your family to show you a little bit of extra love.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, that's a great point to bring. Michelle, you are a mentor.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your mentor experience.
Sure, yeah. So I got involved with Kids in Kinship. Actually, I was part of the Ally Committee for Kids in Kinship, and I really wanted to help with their LGBTQ program and make sure that it was inclusive. That was really important to me, and an opportunity came up to be a mentor to an 11-year-old, and I jumped at the chance. So it started in January of this year, and it's a fabulous, fabulous opportunity.
So what's it mean to be a mentor? I mean, what types of things do you do with your mentee?
Yeah. So the dedication is about 2 hours a week, and so that's very minimal. And I have kids that are 19 and 17, so they don't want to do the same things, like making bracelets. So we made bracelets together.
That's a very pretty bracelet.
Thank you.
Sure,
Thank
everybody
you.
can see it at home,
Going
but-
to Michael's Crafts is very fun for me.
Yeah.
And so we just do anything that she wants to do. Sometimes it's as simple as driving around, listening to Billie Eilish, her favorite musical artist, talking about the happenings of middle school, which there's a lot of happenings in middle school, and I just listen. So it doesn't have to be anything organized. We just have a great time together.
Alicia, you kind of touched on this a minute ago, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that every moment of your interaction between the mentor and the mentee it's a teaching moment, or that you're saying something profound. Sometimes it's just a matter of
Being together.
being together, seeing the little things.
Absolutely.
Yeah, tell us about that. Talk about
So
that.
really, mentoring is really just coexisting, right? Offering your wisdom. Here's the thing that oftentimes we as adults think. We think we know everything and we have it figured out. The brilliance of children is that they will teach you in every moment. And so the more we allow for young people to be comfortable with us and build their confidence and reassure them, even if they're not sure about something, there is a learning moment in the adult. So the adult is just providing the guidance and the safety, but the child is oftentimes teaching, and that is invaluable, right? And it takes a dedicated group of folks to do this. We don't want you to just sort of show up haphazardly. We want you to be committed to it, because you are making an impression on the life of a young person that will likely stick with them forever. And so it's literally simple things like Michelle said, driving around, going to get pizza, or just sitting at a park learning about what interests the young people maybe have and sharing with them some things that maybe you're thinking about as an adult. Certainly some things may be a little bit over their head, and what we don't want to do is the adultification of children, but also allowing them to teach us and being open to say, you know what, I've never thought about life that way.
You have 30 plus children who are looking for mentors right now.
We do. We do, and it is insane. And half of those 30 plus have been waiting longer than a year. And so there are tons of adults like myself out there in the world, and we're just existing, doing our thing, and we don't think about how invaluable 2 hours a week could be to a kid. It could be totally life-changing and catapult them into the next level. We're talking about you may have influence over the next president of the free world. And so 2 hours is not really a lot of time when we think about it. We probably spend more time in our cars sitting in traffic, commuting back and forth to
Or
these things that
scrolling.
we
I was
Yeah,
going to say
I was
on
gonna
our
say.
phones.
yeah,
For
or
sure.
sitting
Yep.
online. And so when you think about the impact that you can have in 2 hours a week in the life of a young person, it's totally worth it.
Can I ask one more question? What would you tell someone who's maybe sitting at home watching this going, well, I would like to do it, but I don't really have anything to offer? Because I think as we get older, we get a little bit more intimidated by like, well, what could I really offer a 5-year-old? Or I've been there, I've done that, I don't think I can do it again. I feel like people want to get involved, but don't have faith or confidence in their own abilities, right?
It is true.
A
That
little
is
intimidating.
often what we hear, like, oh, I don't know what to do, and I'm not good enough. Here's the thing. Your perfectly imperfect self is everything that these young people need. It doesn't matter that you feel that way, because what they will do is find the beauty inside of you and help you rediscover all of the gifts that you have to offer. And oftentimes we as adults, we sort of settle in that space where kids are like, oh, that's what you do at work? You're the manager at McDonald's. How cool is that? You get to tell everyone what to do with the fries, the burgers, the nuggets, and you can make pictures. And so they find beauty in the little things. And you do have the ability to do it, no matter what you're doing. If you're retired, if you're a young person who just commenced from college, we have space for you, and we have a need for you to contribute back to society.
Awesome, ladies. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
having us.
Yeah.
Great learning more about the program.
Yeah.
Sorry, 9:44 is the time. We'll put some more information for you. If you live in Dakota County, interested in becoming a mentor with Kids in Kinship, we'll put a link on our website, minnesotalive.com. You and your family will go through a background and a match process, and then you'll find out if you and your mentee are a great fit.